going to be making a West Indian side dish today. This goes beautifully with that chicken stew that I put up the video for a few days ago. And it is such a simple accompaniment. I must admit, when people see it, they're like, oh, really? And then they taste it and they're like, can I just have a little bit? And then it's just, can I have a little bit more? And then it's like, can I just actually have a whole portion of it? So this does tend to be popular again. As I said, I won't put up any recipes unless I know that people absolutely love them. So it is very, very simple. I know I say this with every recipe, but this is like one of the simplest ones yet. And it is cucumber, avocado, lime, and salt. And that's it. But it's just so, it adds a kind of freshness to all the meals. As you may or may not know, West Indian food has a very, very deep flavour. It can be a little bit rich for some. It's not heavy in a sort of sickly sense. It's hearty. That's the best way of putting it. It is hearty food. And to have side dishes, quite often we have salad with things like that, because the salad is just a beautiful way of just cutting through all of the heartiness with something a bit refreshing. This is just perfect. I always have it with my Christmas meal every year, and my daughter's now a big fan of it. So I will get started on the recipe. Now, the first thing we need to do is peel the cucumber. I know you might think, oh, but all the goodness is in the skin. And it is, don't get me wrong, it is. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with you keeping the cucumber skins, pop it in a smoothie, just eat them. That's what my kids do. Whenever I'm making a fruit salad or whatever it is, whatever's left over with the skins and the cores and stuff, there's always a scrabble for. It sounds like I don't feed them. I do. It's just that they absolutely adore fruit and vegetables, which is good. I never had a problem getting them into them when they were kids. It's totally up to you. If you're going to be having this, like within the next few hours, say like that day or whatever, you could keep it just as it is, like that, with the seeds in. Now, the reason that sometimes cucumber can get a bit slimy and stuff is because of the seeds in the middle. And if that was the case, if you were going to be, say, having it tomorrow, you're like, oh, I'll make it now. I mean, I wouldn't. I'd really like to make this fresh if you could, because it takes literally no time. But you can take the seeds out and, you know, I mean, there's still a little bit of seeds in there, but you've lost most of the stuff that starts to degrade really, really quickly. It's the watery seeds inside that tend to make it go slimy. They go bad long before the flesh. But because I am not, I should just put that on the plate actually, because I will have that in a minute, because also I love fruit and vegetables. I know it doesn't look like it, but I love fruit and vegetables. So to make this, I would say it's probably best to make it the same day. But as you can see, you're going to see from the recipe, it's just so simple. So all I've done, I've peeled it, cut it into quarters, cut the quarters into 2 strips, and I'm just chopping it. Random, you know, I'm certainly not one of those chefs that's all the way through. Cut it like a regular human being who hasn't been to chef school. Although bizarrely, I apparently went to the same college as Jamie Oliver, which was really weird. I don't think it was the same time. It was probably close afterwards, which was Westminster College in London, which is no more. That may be true. It may be a rumour. I don't know. A man told me in Australia, and I believed him. I was on holiday, believe anything. Right, so I'm just going to chop the rest of it up. As I said, it's not beautifully cut. It's not all perfect and the rest of it. I mean, this is probably a little bit messy than it should be, to be honest. But I'm just trying to show you the speed which you can do it, because it's all about the flavour. I mean, yes, it should look nice. You do eat with your eyes, which sounds like a really bizarre saying, but it is true. So I'm going to cut this one into 3 then, because I think the other one was just a little too on the chunky side. Although, if you look at me, nothing too wrong about being that chunky. But anyway, so I've just cut these up. And I've done the cucumber first, because if you are accustomed to avocado, you will know that it tends to go brown very quickly. It's like apples and stuff. It sort of hits the oxygen and then it starts to turn, and it doesn't look very attractive. So I think what I will do the next bit is the lime. This is the point where you find out if you have any paper cuts. So I give it a good old roll beforehand. Some of the lime juice comes out. You Smell it on your hand, you can smell the lime oil. Lime juice, lime oil. I'm talking rubbish. Lime juice is inside the lime, Lissy. Right, so give it a good old rub. I have this fabulous thing. Since I became ill a few years ago, and it meant that I couldn't walk around and couldn't do a lot of things, and it also gave me arthritis. So I found this fantastic thing for doing citrus fruits, because I used to do it the other way. It really hurt my hands doing it that way, because you've got to really squeeze and you've got to put the pressure on. But with this, it kind of, you just hold it and push it in. Oh God, that smells. Oh my God, that smells of Barbados. Oh, I can just remember, sorry, it just takes me back to a beautiful flying fish cutter, which is flying fish roll or cob or cake or whatever it is, depending on where you are in England. There's a good conversation to have. Ask someone what they call a roll and show a picture, and then you'll have about 1,000 different names. But in the West Indies, it's a cutter. And flying fish is a speciality of Barbados. It actually does fly. I mean, not like in trees and stuff, but it scoops out of the water and it can glide on these huge fins like wings for quite some time. It's absolutely spectacular. Totally delicious. And it's one of my most favourite things about going to Barbados. So anyway, and you always have a bit of lime sprinkled on it. They put some seasoning in and put it in breadcrumbs. I should be cooking that right now, really, should I? If I could find flying fish in this country, I would. So if anybody knows where it is, please tell me, because I can't find it anywhere. But yes, so this beautiful lime smell. So if I just get that out. Now this should probably be enough. I've got 2 limes here. Oh dear, everything everywhere. And thankfully, no paper cuts. Ha ha! So otherwise I would have been making a lot more noise than that. So here, I don't know if you can barely see that actually. It's really hard to sort of just give it a wobble. There we go, you can see that bit. So this is the amount of lime, just 1 lime. And I'm just going to pour it all over. Make a noise. Just pour it all over there. Oh, sorry about that, seconds out. So that just goes on the cucumber for now. Now the reason I've done that first is because, as I said, the avocado, once I cut that up, that's going to start discolouring quite quickly. So with the lime already in the bowl, I can mix it about. Oh gosh, such a creamy lime. Now I've got 2 because sometimes with the odd avocado you can find the odd bruise, and they are not to go in, as you see on the back there. If you can see that clearly. Do not put the bruises in, just cut them out to where you can get to them. Let's see, there we go. So it's all gone now, it's nice and clear. And you just very carefully, because this is obviously ripe, so it's very soft, very creamy. Chop this up. Ooh. Use a spoon to scoop this up so I don't damage it too much. And pop it in the bowl. I'll bring the bowl a little bit closer. And that is almost it. I'll just get that bruise out. Pop it over there. With avocados, now getting the stone out, that's going to be a right laugh. I've seen people on TV. Oh dear, that's fallen to bits, but there's a bit of a bruise there, which has made it a bit odd. But it's okay. The bruise bit has come out. But I've seen people on TV and they get this big knife and they smack it into the centre of the avocado. And I find that utterly terrifying. If you've seen any of my other videos, you'll see, you know, how clumsy I am. Well, you've seen like a glimpse, actually. You haven't seen the real story. That we keep hidden and we take off in edits. I'm not going to do that. Because all that, you know, I will miss. Somehow, I'm sure I will miss. So I just cut it into quarters. And then, not as dramatic or as show-offy. But it did the trick. If you find it's not coming out very easily, it probably means the avocado isn't quite ripe enough. This is bang on ripe, this avocado. It's so super duper creamy. And you can tell from the texture, the way it feels. And it's quite delicate. I mean, I'm just going to squash that. It squashes a bit. God, that's so delicious. And if it is ripe, if it's ready, then you saw the stone will come out just like that, which is fabulous. It's a little bit of the stone skin in there. I'll take that out. So yeah, this is again, as I said, it's all not only just a great accompaniment to a West Indian dish, it's a great accompaniment to anything really. My daughter says that she thinks it tastes a bit. She likes gherkins, things like that. She says it reminds her of that, but it isn't. I find gherkins are quite abrasive. This has actually got a very delicate flavour with the lime juice. It's not as harsh or as vinegary, obviously, but I can know what she means because of the lime and the salt in it. It has a sort of summery, pickly sort of thing about it. So I use my fancy, got these for Christmas. So excited about it. I'm going to use my little salt thingy. It obviously makes a lot of noise. That's handy, isn't it? Forgot about that. I say the most exciting in the family have used this because it's got a little light on. I think that's just fab. Really, we need to get out more, don't we? Anyway, so I put a bit of salt in there. Now, this is to taste. So you have to salt it to your taste. It should have an even, for me, I think, an even salt to lime ratio, where you get kind of like a tangy flavour of the lime, and then the little sort of subtle salty hint. You can taste the salt, but it's not like, oh, I need a drink of water. So it's a personal thing. As you mix it around, you'll find the creaminess of the avocado mixes in with the lime juices, and it creates this most beautiful kind of a salad dressing. It's so natural, it's so refreshing, and it's so yummy. Now, I've just used one avocado in this. To be honest, it's a bit mean. I probably should have 2 in, but this is just to show you. Oh, it's bang on. Oh my god, that's good. Absolutely bang on. Obviously, if I was feeding this to you, I wouldn't be tasting out the same bowl. This is for my family, and most of them have my DNA. So this is absolutely fine. So I'm just going to pop this in a bowl, and this is basically how you would serve it, just like this at the table with a spoon, and people take a spoonful, put it on their plate next to their macaroni cheese and chicken stew. Macaroni cheese is a recipe which I will be doing for you as well. So you could do the chicken stew, you could do this and the macaroni cheese. I would teach you how to do rice and peas, but it's just so simple, it's insane. It's basically rice, and then being West Indian, it'd be gunga peas. Trinidadian is black-eyed peas. Jamaican is kidney beans. So, but I have to say I prefer gunga peas. So I prefer my potatoes, my rice bacon, and I would just cup it. I can't even speak. I would chuck in a couple of beef oxo cubes, no matter if it's chicken or whatever. I just find the beef ones work better for everything. And a huge dollop of butter, mix it all in, and then I'm done. That's me. So rice, peas, this, macaroni cheese, chicken stew, beef stew. I should be doing a beef stew as well at some point and showing you. And this goes great with everything. To be honest, it goes with an English roast. Like I say, we have it at Christmas. So it's always on the table at Christmas dinner next to the bread sauce and the cranberries and all the other English trimmings, along with macaroni cheese, which I have with the stuffing and the turkey and all that stuff. And it's absolutely lovely. It's really fresh. It will keep for a day or two in the fridge, but it is best on the day it's made. And again, it's also lovely as a kind of side dish to anything that you would have if you were going to have a very lighter salad dressing. It just does the trick. It's gorgeous. So good luck with it. Admittedly, I normally say to you, try and put your own spin on it. I can't think what you could change out of just 4 ingredients. They're all pretty essential, really. Lime and salt, you can't really change it. I mean, you could use lemon, but it just isn't the same. It really, unfortunately, this is one of the times I'd say you really should get the lime. If you only have lemon, and then do it with lemon. But if you put the lime in the next time, you'll be like, oh, yeah, no, yeah, this is the little bit of the Caribbean that I was missing in the other one. And again, cucumber. I can't think of anything to take the place of cucumber. Same with avocado. They're pretty kind of like individual things on their own. If you can think of something, though, tell me. If you can think of anything else that might go well with this, I mean, yeah, maybe a bit of red pepper in there, I don't know. But this, if you were me, if you were going to serve me a West Indian meal, don't change a thing with this for me, because this is just perfect as it is. So I hope you enjoy making it. If you do, be adventurous, give it a go. It is delicious. If you like all the ingredients individually, you're going to love them all together. And have some fun. And thanks for joining me for another video. And I look forward to seeing you on another one of my videos soon. So take care and see you soon. Bye.